Echoes are arguably more interesting than the resonators when it comes to their display of power and their nature. They have a genus system of their own, which in simpler terms means they have their own system for distinguishing their differences, and we even get to look at how Tacet discords actually have their power. For this video, I'm also going to abbreviate Tacet discord to TD. So what is a TD? Tacet discords are the vessels formed by the remnant frequencies or reverberations that resonate with Tacetite cores. Those are the golden cores on enemies. Every Tacet discord has one feature in common, and that is their Tacet core located on some part of their body. These cores are separated into 5 different categories, each category with their own unique core shape. And it is this shape that allows us as players and in-game researchers at the Academy to identify the characteristics and possibilities for the Echo. The name provided in-game are Whisperin, Howler, Tranquilite, Clamorling, and Staticoid. All of these names have a reference to sound and a possible double meaning, which I will note. Whisperin are the cross-shaped cores. The TDs that form around this core characteristically resemble a human. They stand on 2 legs, have a similar limb structure, and they use a weapon. Lore-wise, we know that Wuthering, the Threnodian of War, resonated with the frequencies of the weapons of the Midnight Rangers to create an ever-growing army in Desrock and Northfall. Those weapons also carried the frequencies of humans. This is why, for the most part, areas that were populated by humans usually have Whisperin TDs, and the Great Warstorm was mostly an army of Whisperin. The visual representation of a human is only the beginning or base understanding we have. As the story develops and we're introduced to more advanced echoes and TDs, this allows Whisperins to develop emotions, memories, the ability to learn, and so on. One theory would be the suggestion that Wuthering is the Threnodian in control of Whisperin cores. Howlers are the cores you'll find on animals and organisms. The name is a derivative from howl, which is a synonym for roar, and to lament. The shape of the howler core is a circular camellia flower shape. In terms of animals, there is not much room for development apart from the mythological side. The narwhal in CBT1 can be seen with a howler core. In terms of organisms, this is where it can get quite advanced. Since we have a fungi, which is the rostrum, that turned into a Tacet discord, it opens the possibility for bacteria and pathogens to also have howler cores. While this may not be the best option for a visual experience, since you'd need a microscope, it may work in combination with other features. The third type is the Tranquilite. The name seems to have a double meaning. In terms of sound, this means calm, peaceful, or low frequency, and in terms of real science, Tranquilite is an inorganic compound from the moon. This plays a slight hint of the extraterrestrial origin of the lament, as we know that Solaris 3 is aware of the Celestials, Primordials, or Titans. And because these TDs are also inorganic substances like the gin rock, the stone wall, and so on. The shape of their Tacet core is a square and platonic-like structure. The fourth type of TD is the Staticoid. The name is a reference to static noise, which is made from man-made electric systems. Likewise, Staticoid TDs are man-made objects, the auto puppets, the traffic illuminator, etc. The Tacet core resembles the shape of a simple circuit board. A possible spoiler for future TDs is the jet or aircraft. Around Desrock you can find a crashed Harrier or F-14, and in Northfall you can find the hidden storyteller quest with the aircraft log. The final genus or TD type is a Clamorling. We only have half an example of a Clamorling TD being the Mech Abomination, but the name is more than enough to determine its base characteristics. To clamor is to cry out, utter loudly, or shout. The Mech Abomination quite literally clamors at the start of the fight. In terms of frequencies, shouting is a very high frequency sound compared to whispering, howling, tranquility, and static noise. This creates the theory that the threat level of TDs increases with higher frequencies. We've experienced possibly the lowest frequency being Whisperin in Grand Warstorm, and we barely survived. This would play into the theory of each Threnodian having the power of a specific Tacet core. Valentina also mentions in the Infinite Battle event that the TDs from some overthrax are evolving. The counter-argument to this is that it eliminates the possibility of cross-genus TDs to a certain extent. Each Thronodian has control over a specific Tacet core. What is the likelihood of a TD with 2 or more Tacet cores? On the opposite side of the spectrum, we have a Resonator with the power of fusion and havoc. It's almost confirmed by Frilova that Scar is the guinea pig of tests to perfect the artificial resonator construction. The Praxidus are trying to create resonators rather than it being a natural phenomena. Since they are lawless, it's possible they may be forming cross-genus TDs to better understand resonators. Resonators and TDs are opposite ends of the same spectrum. If you use your sensor while around enemies, you'll notice that some have a Tacet field symbol emitting a frequency from their Tacet core. This is akin to resonators' Tacet mark glowing when they liberate, which means that TDs without this Tacet field are using their natural ability when fighting, and those with the Tacet field mark are using their maximum resonance ability. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts and I will see you in the next video.